everybody, welcome back to another Wisdom Girl and Wise Woman show. It is Wisdom Girl Carmel here, and this is
Hey, everybody. I'm Leslie Christie, wise woman. What we got today, Wisdom Girl?
what we have today is we are going to be talking about the blues of a middle kid blues.
Wow, middle kid blues. Well, we want you to know that this is about our experiences as middle kids because Wisdom Girl and myself, Wise Woman, we are both middle kids. And so this may not be everybody's experience as a middle kid, but it's most certainly our experiences, some of our experiences as middle kids. And we know other middle kids too who have experienced these same things. And so, as we begin our show, we want to kind of give you some points, kind of talk about some issues that middle kids go through or have gone through. All right, Wisdom Girl, what's the first topic or what's the first issue you want to bring to our audience today?
Well, the first issue is sometimes we're overlooked or undervalued.
Okay. Talk about that.
So, sometimes, there are times where we just want to scream, I'm a human too. Like, I'm
Mm,
here.
yeah. Yeah. A lot of times as middle kids, as Wisdom Girl said, we're overlooked, we're undervalued. So it's like we don't, there's no attention that we get, and so we feel like our opinion isn't valued, our lives aren't valued, and we tend to be like lost over because the older sibling, they get the attention. They're the strong ones, and the younger sibling is the baby. Oh, and they get pet up, and then here we are in the middle, right? What do we do? We're in the middle, so we get overlooked and we're undervalued. Well, there's another middle kid blues that we've experienced. Again, this is not every middle kid. These are just experiences that Wisdom Girl and myself, Wise Woman, has had. And one of the other things is that the middle kid gets no shine. No shine. It's like what we do, it's okay. Oh, you did it, that was good, but let the older child do something. Oh, you did it. That was wonderful. Or the baby, they get all the accolades, all the attention. What do you think about that, Wisdom Girl?
Well, sometimes, like, you're like, hey, I'm a human too. I worked hard too. Like, you have nothing to say to me? Right.
Wow, yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a tough place to be in that middle place. It's a tough place to be, and what people don't understand is that there is something that psychologists and doctors and other persons in the medical and psychological field that they have identified as the middle kid syndrome. And all of these things that we're talking about is related to the middle kid syndrome. So what's another thing that middle kids go through, that how middle kids feel?
Okay. There's no such thing as a private time. Like, there's no private time to yourself.
Wow.
Don't let
Okay,
anyone.
elaborate on that a bit.
I mean, like, you want to be alone. You want to have time to yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm. And so what happens, like what prevents us from having that private time, that alone time?
the youngest and the oldest.
So the oldest the oldest wants the attention, the youngest wants the attention, and the oldest, like what's see, for me, I'm in the middle, but I'm 5 years younger than my older brother and 5 years older than my younger brother. So for you, it's a little different. So, from your perspective, like how does that apply to you and your experiences?
To be honest, it's really it's really my younger sibling. My brother, my like older sibling is like, hey, like like give her some time to yourself, she needs time to
Yeah.
herself, like give it to her, but
Mhm. Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. Well, there's another thing that middle kids deal with, middle kids experience, and that is that we are always on babysitting duty. That is a big one. We are always on babysitting duty. I know for me, I always had to take care of my younger brother. I always had to be the one to make sure that he was okay, that he was fed, this, that, and the other thing. And my older brother, even though he was 5 years older than me, he did not really have that responsibility for the younger sibling. And so you're always on babysitting duty. You're always the one responsible. What's that like for you?
I honestly I never had to deal with that with my siblings. Like,
So you never.
sometimes like for like I had to babysit a couple times, when the parents wanted to get out cooking and all that stuff, where they just wanted to go out. So, when I was on, it was either like I never really had that issues. Like, both
Okay.
me and my brother took the responsibility for
Okay.
it. So,
Taking care of your
yeah,
younger
yeah.
sibling. That's good. That's cool. Okay, so like we said, every point is not for every middle child, but there are things that are specific to middle children that we go through, that we experience. And so we're talking about those things today. But sometimes it's not really even taking care of them. Sometimes it's just a matter of we're the ones who got to play with them, or we're the ones, who got to give the younger child the attention, and the older one just kind of goes about their lives, does whatever they feel like they want to do. Is that something that you've experienced with some girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. So share like one experience where it's you are the one who's like the playmate. Because we're still big sisters, right? We're still big sisters, but we're still younger sisters too. That's why we're in the middle. So share some experience, surrounding that with you.
Well, cleaning, like we have me and my younger sibling, like we have toys all over the place, and I was the one to do it myself.
Okay. Yeah. So you're
You
the
know,
okay.
yeah, I'm the one who did it myself. Not trying to say my older sibling had to do it. Just saying, it's good to see if your sibling needs help, because
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But even though we experience these things as middle children and we call it the blues, but being a middle child is not all that bad. It's not all only bad. It's not only negative. There's some good things about being in the middle. Isn't that right? I
right.
know. Yeah, there's some benefits. Come on, there's some benefits for being in the middle. All right, so we want to talk about those benefits. So for us, we decided, the blues are the negative things, those things that don't feel too good. And then we said, well, let's talk about the pinks. The pinks, what's kind of good about being in the middle. All right, so what you got for us, Wisdom Girl?
We keep the peace.
We keep the peace. That's a big one. All right, talk about that.
Okay, like there is this the school I go to, they have when we get breakfast, they have these gigantic, not absolutely gigantic, but
Mm-hmm.
like this big muffin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this one, like they both wanted this one muffin that they tried to get,
Uh-huh.
that they were having a whole Western theme, little back and forth
Mm-hmm.
on the dining table. And
Okay, I love how you said the Western thing.
Like those ones where it has like this music and then like a tumbleweed just comes right through.
Yeah.
So just I come in and just like kick the tumbleweed and be like, and then I like chop it in half. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you chop one. If y'all still hungry, get a grape.
Right. Get a grape. That's good. Because you got to be the peacemaker. Otherwise, the older sibling and the younger sibling will be at odds. They will go at it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we are peacemakers. Like we're always the one trying to keep everybody happy, not only amongst the siblings, but just in the family itself. We're the ones who want to make sure everybody is good, everybody is doing okay, everybody has peace in their lives. And like we were talking about before, we usually, if it means everybody having peace, we would take the fall, we would take the blame just so there would be peace in the house. We don't, it ain't even our fault, but we'll say, okay, I'll take the blame just so we can have some peace. Isn't that right, Wisdom Girl?
Yeah, so there's no more feud. There's no
Mhm.
more feud. Everybody's happy in their own separate place.
In
Now
their own
everybody's in their
separate
own separate
place.
place. Now they're you can go back saying, who did it? Who did it? You be like, I did it.
Yep.
We
So
risk our happiness.
come on now. We risk our happiness for the sake of the whole family. That is so true. I've done that many, many times. Yes. All right. So being a peacemaker, it's okay. I mean, we risk things, but at least we get some peace. Because for me, give me my peace. I'll take the fall. I don't like chaos. I don't like, no, in any area of my life, I don't like chaos. Give me some peace. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So another thing that we consider is a benefit or something great about being the middle child is that we are our parents' superheroes. Yes, we are. We wear the S on our chest. We got a cape on our back. We are the parents' superheroes, right? Come on, Wisdom Girl. What you got to say about that one?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna say it. It's true. It's a fact. It's you don't even have to prove it on Wikipedia. It's true.
Right, exactly.
It's true.
Exactly. So what do you do for your parents, so that they know that so that they feel like you are the superhero in the family, that you come to the rescue. That's what a superhero does. So what's some of the things that you've done?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember.
Well,
Like
okay, go. Go.
like one day there was this. Okay, I'm trying to remember what happened. But between
Okay.
my older sibling and my younger sibling, one was having an attitude with the other. I forgot.
Mhm.
And then our parents were
Mhm.
in their room. I think we were upstairs in the hallway. They were like going back and forth.
Mhm.
And then I think they both wanted to play. Okay, I think they were trying to play Fortnite, and I think one wanted to play on the Xbox, I think.
Okay.
And they were going back and forth in the hallway. I'm trying to remember. My memory
Mhm.
is foggy. It's foggy. I have a San Francisco brain right now.
Okay.
So, so I was like, and I was playing too. I was playing too. And
Okay.
there was like one wanted to play on it, and then there's the Nintendo Lite, which is small, and there's the Nintendo Switch, and then there's the Xbox. I was
Okay.
playing on the Switch, the youngest on the Lite, and then the oldest on the Xbox.
Okay.
And the youngest wanted to play on the Xbox, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, hey, why don't I play on the Lite?
Mhm.
I'll get into my profile and you can get into whatever profile you were using on the
Okay.
Switch.
Mhm.
You can that's how we can do it. And then it was like, okay. I was like, okay.
So you just made everybody happy, because you switched devices that you were on. Yeah. And then what that did was that your parents didn't really have to get involved. So you were able to kind of help your siblings so that mommy and daddy don't have to get involved in it. Yeah. As superheroes for our parents, also, we're the ones they depend on. We normally, the middle child is the dependable one, is the one, that kind of comes through for them, is the one, when there's a crisis alert, that's the one that they know, if nobody else, this child is going to handle things for me. And so that's a benefit, because that you are dependable, that your parents can depend, that your family depends on you. I know in my family, people think I'm the oldest. I am not the oldest. I'm in the middle, but it's because of the parent superhero, because of how you handle yourselves. And so middle children are usually the ones who people think are the oldest, even for you and your siblings. As you get older, I guarantee you people are going to think that you are the oldest, but you're not. You're in the middle.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen, only because I'm short.
Oh, you
I'm
grow.
I'm
Don't worry.
short. I'm gonna get tall, but I'm just saying. As of
You
right now,
grow.
I'm short.
Yeah, you
So
are.
I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
It'll be all right. All right. So another advantage, another good thing about being a middle child is that we normally are the ones who's closest to the older sibling as well as the younger sibling, right? And it kind of points back to what you were saying about the oldest and the youngest having friction, getting into fights or whatever. Your youngest and oldest sibling does that a lot. They get into it. But you're the one who's like, okay, don't worry about it. To the oldest one, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be okay. To the youngest, you all right? Let me help you. Let me figure it out for you. We're close to both. Is that right for you? I know for me, it definitely is. Of course, I'm much older now, but looking back, that's definitely, how it was for me. But what about for you?
So yeah, it's true. I have a little sister, so us girls, we connect.
Yeah.
We connect. So we
Mhm.
have like all these like different types of toys. I'm like,
Mhm.
so I have these little like animal toy things called Littlest Pet Shops.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of our grandchildren, great grands have seen the show. It's a show. That's where I got it. So I normally don't let her do this, but it annoyed me so much. It annoyed me so much how I wanted to do it.
Okay.
But then also again, I'm
Mhm.
trying to keep the peace.
Right.
I don't normally do this. So I was like, sis, you could play with the LPS. That was so hard for me.
Because you love your LPS.
I'm like, and
Yeah.
they can easily fix, but it just breaks my heart when it breaks. So,
Oh,
I'm like, I did something that I never thought I would do, but you know what? It made me
yeah.
feel better.
Mhm.
Knowing that I won't get annoyed by the hollering back and forth. Both of them telling me, "Oh," it was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Wait," one sibling telling me one story, and then the other person saying, "Oh, it's not true." I'm like, "Neve, you play like, hey sis, you play with LPS over here, like, and you do whatever because you the oldest. You do whatever. You play on your Xbox.
Yeah.
You can do, which
Mhm.
I don't know."
Yeah. So there's that closeness because if the two siblings and we're both of us are in the middle of one older sibling and one younger sibling. For you, it's going to change soon, but right now, that's how it is. And so, if you did not step in and say, you know what, you could play with this, and big bro, you do what you want to find something that you like, then they would have fought. They would not have figured it out. And so again, you step in as the peacemaker trying to figure things out so that everybody is happy. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Another thing about middle kids, which is a good thing, is that usually middle kids are go-getters. So whatever we want, we do as much as we can to go after that thing. What we don't believe that we can't do something. You know, a lot of times this is for also only children, people who are only, you know, they call them the only child, you know, where there's only one in the family. But for middle kids, we normally go after that thing in our mind or in our desires. We go after the things that we want, you know. So what, like for you, wisdom girl, you know, you knew from very young, I want to be an actress, and you would just do whatever you know, ask people to help you with it. You know, you're a go-getter. You went after that thing, you know, and so that's kind of how we are, what our personalities are like. What do you think about that?
You had me at the childhood stories. I'm remembering like all, like I've seen photos of me and I'm remembering, like reflecting back on what I did that made me decide I wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. What I did when I was younger was hilarious. But you know, it's we're go-getters. Like we do it.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
it happens. Like we put the work.
There it is. We put the work in. You're right. You're right. We're very passionate about the things that we believe in, and we do it. We go all in. We go all. There's no, you know, there's no half stepping with us. We go all in. Yes. All right. So we talked about the blues and we talked about the pinks. In other words, the negative side of being a middle kid and the positive side of being a middle kid. But then there are some middle kids who really, really have what's called the middle kid syndrome, and they struggle. You know, they said, I want everybody to understand that eventually, I pray anyway, eventually the middle kid kind of grows out of it. I know for me, I did. But middle children usually go through specific things. I'm sure the oldest child does and the youngest, but we're not talking about them today. Hello, somebody. We're talking about the middle kid because why? That's our experience. That's Wisdom Girl's experience and that's Wise Woman's experience. And that's what we do on this show. We talk about our own experiences. But we want to help people, parents, guardians, whomever. We want to give you ways of which you can help middle kids not have the blues. All right. So what is one of those ways, Wisdom Girl?
Have one-on-one time with each child.
Yeah, that's so important. Yeah. And that way the middle child doesn't have to feel overlooked and undervalued and feel like, you know, okay, mommy and daddy, they care about me. They care about what, you know, who I am. They spend time with me. That's a good one. Another thing is, well, you go ahead, Wisdom Girl. What's another way?
Encourage the interest of the middle child.
All right. So talk a little bit about that.
So like, you know, if I'm trying to think of an example. I'm trying.
Well, use yourself, for example.
Okay. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna share this embarrassing story.
Okay.
I'm not gonna forget myself. So when I was younger, if you don't know, me and Wise Woman are Stevie Wonder fans.
Yeah, big time.
That's a fact. So I used to have this mic when I was like 3-4 years old, and this guitar, and then I had this baby doll. So what I would do was I would put on makeup and I would put on heels.
Sure did.
And then what I did was I would start acting like I was actually a part of that.
Yeah.
And I'll be one of the background singers. And then my baby doll was a Stevie Wonder. That was hilarious. But you know, and basically it was just what happened to me after that was actually I knew how to work the DVD player. I just put the DVD in every day and did it. And we did that same thing until until I recognized the movie, and it was called was it Moana?
I don't remember.
I don't remember neither. It was Moana or oh my god, I don't remember.
Mhm.
No, I think it was either Annie or Moana.
Okay.
Annie or Moana, one of them. And
Mhm.
then I would say on my kindergarten graduation, I had this thing where I would decide where I wanted to be when I grew up. No, or it was an activity. And what
Yeah.
I did was I wanted to, so like I put like stapled or glued these pictures of these Disney princesses
Mhm.
to show I want to be in Disney movies like
Mhm.
Moana when I grow up.
Mhm.
So, and then I started watching more Disney movies, and more Disney movies came out. I started off with the classics, Snow White and the Seven
Mhm.
Dwarfs, and then I started watching like the remakes of it, like the Beauty and the Beast remake, the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs remake.
Mhm.
I started watching all these different remakes
Yeah.
of the movie of the original movie.
Mhm. And
So
that's how, your mother in particular saw how you love these movies and how you would act out the parts. And that's kind of how she knew, oh, she kind of has a gift for this. This is something that's in her. And she began to encourage your interests. And she and I together started just playing, and your grandfather started plugging you into different things and just one thing after the other. So, yes, so we need to encourage the interest of the middle child. And lastly, listen to the middle child when the middle child has complaints. If you want to kind of help the middle child not have the blues, take time to listen to them, to what they are feeling, their opinions, what they're thinking. All of those things will definitely help the middle child feel like they're important and what they have to say, has worth. All right. Well, our time is up. It went so quickly, so fast today. Our time is up. But we want to thank you for tuning in, whether you tune in with us live or you're going to catch the show, whether you're on later, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. We thank you. We want you to tell somebody that every Saturday, Wisdom Girl Wise Woman is here live on Facebook and YouTube at 2:00 to 2:30 every Saturday. All right. So next week we have a great show, and it is surrounding what is it surrounding, Wisdom Girl?
it is surrounding Women's History Month, and we're going to be talking about different women of history.
Yeah, so please tune in. Please do that. We would love for you to share, to like, to tag, tell somebody that we are here. We wanted to bring something that we feel is really practical that people can tap into. It's a whole bunch of junk out there, but would you help us grow our audience? Do that for us. We thank you so much. Like us and be a part of this family on all of our social media platforms, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Go to our website as well. Let them know our website, Wisdom Girl.
www.wisdomgirlwisewoman.com.
Yeah, so if you go there, you can definitely check us out. We got a blog on there soon. We're going to be putting merchandise on there as well. We thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye, everybody.